Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be doing our championship game week 29 predictions. As you just saw in my review, we'd beaten Stoke. So yeah, let's just get into all the games, and this is posted on the Wednesday because I have football training on Thursday, and the first game is on Friday, so I need to do it now. And by the way, me recording this, West Brom could have climbed one spot to fourth, but it'll be changed on the table. The table will be up to date. And Preston, if they win, they can move up to pretty much 14th, 13th. So I'm recording this just before the West Brom Luton, or West Brom Preston, but the table will be updated. But I may say that West Brom are 5th. But yeah, let's just get on to it. With the first game being on Friday night, Huddersfield Town versus Stoke City, and this game is pretty big. Yes, pretty big. I'm praying for a Stoke City win here. Because, as you can tell, Huddersfield are 6th and they're on 44 points, and Stoke City are 11th on 38 points. So I'm hoping that Stoke City can get a result. Do I think they can get a result? They're away at Huddersfield. Huddersfield are on fantastic form. Stoke City, and Huddersfield just getting a 4-3 win over Reading. What a win for Huddersfield Town. And yeah, Stoke, of course, losing to Cov. It's a good game, a close one. I'm going to back a Huddersfield Town 2-1 win to Huddersfield Town. They just have enough. They have enough in the Huddersfield. No, it looks like no one's going to stop them, apart from maybe a Fulham or Bournemouth. But yeah, Huddersfield made 2-1 against Stoke. Moving on to Hull City versus Swansea City, the two cities again. Hull City with a what was the score against Bournemouth? 2-0, 1-0 Hull City. But yeah, it's going to be a fascinating game, isn't it? Yeah, it was 1-0 Hull City. So what a win for Hull City. That's massive. That's a must-win game. And yeah, Hull City, what a win. Versus a Swansea City who just drew 0-0 to QPR. They sold Bidwell to Cov, and they look. How did they draw to QPR? So if both teams on all right form in their last game, I'm going to back Hull City. Nothing looks like stopping them at the moment. They're just going on a tremendous run at this rate. I'm going to go Hull City 1, Swansea City 0. They always win 1-0 Hull, and they're looking a very good side. Moving on to QPR versus Reading, and QPR just drawing to Swansea, and Reading just did they play midweek? They may have played midweek. No, they didn't. They only just lost to Huddersfield. That's a brilliant result. To be fair, Reading, anything could happen in that game. That was a massive game for both teams, and it showed. But QPR, they look really good. I know they just drew to Swansea City, but still, they have enough in the tank to beat this Reading side. 3-1 to QPR. Reading ship goals here and there every single game at this rate. It's not looking good for Reading, and they have a chance of going down. Will they? I'm not too sure, but they could. So yeah, I'm going to back a QPR win here, 3-1. They just have enough in the tank, enough in the quality, and they should probably go over the line. But you can't never ever predict a must win. In the championship, anything could happen. So no team is definitely going to win. But maybe when it's Barnsley versus Bournemouth, and it's second versus last. Last versus second. Yeah, and Barnsley just losing 3-0 to Nottingham Forest in midweek. Not looking good. But Bournemouth, though, not on the best of form. Just losing to Hull City, and their last form has not been the best. They're third, actually. They're third. Blackburn have overtaken them, but Bournemouth have a game in hand. But yeah, 3 losses in the last 5. 2 wins in 2 wins though, but 3 losses in the last 5. Not looking good for Bournemouth, but they could beat Barnsley. Anyone at this rate could beat Barnsley. I'm going to go Barnsley 0, Bournemouth 2. It could be more, but Barnsley. What's going on with Barnsley? From such a high to a low in the space of just a few months. It's poor from Barnsley. Their manager left, their best player left, but you still have to be better. And Barnsley, and they can narrowly just beat Barrow 5-4. They're not going to beat not really a high flying, but a Bournemouth side who are in the top 3 at the moment. But yeah, moving on to Middlesbrough versus Coventry City, and they must win for both sides if they want to get playoffs. Cov just beating a very decent Stoke City side, and Middlesbrough. What did Middlesbrough play? Losing to Blackburn 1-0. So I'm glad that Middlesbrough are losing form at the moment, but it's Blackburn, isn't it? It's such a hard game to win. I need to be a little bit optimistic. I'm not predicting a win. I don't think we will win. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. If we win, I'm going to be absolutely brilliant. And you'll see my review. I'm going to be so buzzing. But Middlesbrough 1, Coventry 1. It could be a Middlesbrough 1-0, could be a Coventry 1-0. But let's just hope we can scrape something away at the Riverside. It's an impossible task. It's an impossible task to win. No. Let's see where Middlesbrough in their 7th, I think. No, 8th. But to be fair, if we beat Middlesbrough, we overtake them. So, what can I say? It's going to be a big game. Moving on to Millwall versus West Brom. And West Brom playing tonight against Preston, but their last game was 3 late goals over Peterborough to win 3-0. And Millwall's last game was a 1-0 loss to Blackpool. So, both West Brom playing tonight, so I only have what I have right now. West Brom, they probably will beat Preston, but going to the Den is a hard place to go. A very hard place to go. So I'm only really expecting a 1-0 or 2-0 to West Brom. I'm going back a 2-0. I want to predict a, higher than a 1-0. But yeah, how does it say West Brom 2-0 over Millwall? Moving on to Luton Town versus Blackburn, and Luton Town just going into that, that playoff shout, and people are starting to really respect Luton Town now. They're going on some big results, and you gotta respect Blackburn. Luton just beating Bristol. Blackburn just beating Middlesbrough 1-0 that's a massive win for Blackburn. Blackburn have just gone into the automatics. This is a big win for both teams. If Blackburn win, I would like to say that that Luton Town's results have gone. The playoff hopes has sort of vanished, but anything could happen. They might not vanish. And it could be a win for Luton Town. But I'm going to go Luton Town 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. Yeah, Blackburn just have nothing, don't they? Moving on to Preston North End versus Bristol City. And Bristol City starting to play pretty good football. Starting to only just lose to teams, not get thrashed by teams. And Preston, their last game, they played tonight against West Brom, but their last game was a 1-0 loss to Swansea. So, it's not that bad of a result, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to back a draw. Yeah, a 1-1 draw. It's so hard to split these two sides. Moving on to Fulham versus Blackpool, and this is a team that is hard to predict at the moment. Fulham, they look so good, top of the table, and they're starting to scramble away, starting to show what they're worth. 5 points clear at the moment. They're really showing that they are a top side and a threatening team to play against, and they're really showing that. Fulham for me against Blackpool, it's got to be a 2-3-0 win. I'm going to go 3-0 Fulham. Blackpool, they're probably not going to get relegated. They have a really good first season back in the Championship. But at the end of the day, it's Fulham, isn't it? Top of the table, high flying. Mitrovic is flying if he's not injured. And yeah, it's looking a very strong Fulham side. Moving on to the 5:30 kickoff with Peterborough United versus Sheffield United. Peterborough somehow drawing to Birmingham. I say somehow. They were 2-0 up. They conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. And, that's it. And Peterborough United just look woeful. If they had a 2-0 win over Birmingham, that would have been such a good result. Grind some points. And they're just not doing that. They're losing the plot here, Peterborough. Sheffield United, on the other hand, this is going to be an interesting game. Sheffield United don't look too bad. They could be doing better. They have like 2 or 3 games in hand. The last game was a big 2-0 win over Luton Town. That's a good result. Luton Town, no mugs. But I'm going to say Peterborough United 0, Sheffield United 2. Have enough quality, Sheffield United. And yeah. Moving on to Derby County versus Birmingham, Sunday at 1:30. Birmingham, what a comeback against Peterborough. 2 goals in 3 minutes. It's world class. And Derby County, could they survive? A 2-1 loss over Nottingham Forest didn't help. But this is a must win against Birmingham. Round each other in the table. Home, Derby County. I have to back Derby. That was a slip up from Derby against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, let's not be wrong, are a very good side. They're 7th. They wouldn't be 7th. They're not 7th for no reason. They're 7th for a reason. They're a really good side. Birmingham, they're only scraping points over Peterborough. You can say what a comeback and all that jazz, but at the end of the day, they only just drew to Peterborough. I'm gonna back Derby County 2, Birmingham 0. Simple as that. Moving on to the last game. That's Cardiff City versus Nottingham Forest. 4:30 on a Sunday. Cardiff City, poor. Nottingham Forest, probably going to win this game, and I'm not going to be happy with that. If Nottingham Forest win, they go on 46 points. We go on 40. If we do beat Middlesbrough, we go on 43. So, what can I say? It's going to be a good game. I'm hoping for Cardiff win. But, yeah, 3-1 Nottingham Forest. But there we go. That wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit notification bell. And this championship game week is fascinating. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye-bye.